Hey there, this is a quick video on how to wrap cables. I found this one in the bin today, unwrapped. This is kind of shoved in there in a random fashion. And you can see by doing so, it gets all kinds of funky kinks and whatnot. And ultimately, if it's unwrapped and you just kind of stick it in there, it makes it hard to do a wrap. You can see everything's kind of coming in odd shapes and sizes here as far as the attempt to wrap it. So not so much a good idea. I'll try to straighten this sucker out, but I don't know, right now it's a little bit out of whack. So later, here's another one that is pretty well wrapped here. This is one, it's got a little rope on it, so that keeps it in a nice orderly compact fashion. When you put it with the other cables, you're not going to get them intermingling. Most of them have either a Velcro or a rope, some sort of way to keep them tied together. Okay, tricky part here is the wrapping of the cable. By the way, when I unwrap a cable, in my world, I like to be very careful about how to release it. So you can see this one has been, I'm having some trouble with it. Because I think I may have released the cable in a wrong way, in which case I'm going to end up with a bunch of knots, and knots are not good. Ha! See what I did there? So again, in my world, I hate knots because they create a lot of frustration. They create issues when you're trying to run the cable on the ground, and then they also can be very time consuming. Many knots makes for much wasted time. So I managed to get all the knots out of there, and you can see this cable's nice and straight, doesn't have all those weird kinks. It's been wrapped pretty well throughout its career, and it's probably going to last a long time because of that. And you see I'm kind of pulling it through my hands. That's one way to kind of straighten it out too. If you have issues, you kind of run it through your hands. All right, now the hard part. I'm going to go ahead and try to demonstrate the best I can here. On my left hand, I like to put the connector, one end of the cable, and in my right hand, I will guide some of the cable extending about 2 feet, and using my fingers, my pincher, my thumb and my forefinger, I put some pressure on there. You kind of wrap it down and create a circle approximately a foot in diameter or so. A lot of times a cable will develop some sort of a memory, and the memory will essentially guide you into which way the cable wants to go. Sometimes it's what's called the over, and sometimes it's what's called the under. As you can see, when I try to go under, I get the S formation. The S is no good. You're trying to get that circle. All right, so you got the circumference is around maybe a foot or so. Kind of depends on the cable, how long the cable is. Most XLR cables, this is a pretty acceptable size. Getting some kinkiness, but I'm gonna do the best I can. So that's the over technique, right? So pinch and then kind of create an over. Now, the next one is the most tricky for people. You grab, again, finger, thumb, and forefinger, kind of create some pressure, and you do the next loop under itself. So you kind of can see how it's going here. And then you can sort of set your cable onto your hand there, and that allows you to have that under loop. And then it's over again. So again, you stretch it out a couple feet, grabbing with your finger, thumb and forefinger, create pressure, make the loop again, and we're coming over the top here. That's our over. And then we're gonna grab our forethumbers here. We're going under, forethumber. I'm making a new word, making a new video. Over, thumb and forefinger, grab, pressure, under, grabbing it, laying it over, under, over, under, over. All right, when you're done, you take your cable, you wrap it with the rope or the Velcro, whatever is on there. Please put something. If you don't have anything at all, you could always put tape, but try not to put sticky tape. Try to use gaff tape so it doesn't leave a residue. All right, that is it. 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Rewind it. It takes practice. It takes practice. But once you get it, and pretty much for life. All right, have fun with it.